Welcome back, fragrance lovers out there on YouTube land, and thanks for joining me here on my channel, Steven Sturgill. I'm your host for the next several minutes. Hopefully, if you don't tune out or get ultra bored, I will try not to bore you to death. As you guys know, I've lately been on my personal oud kick and journey, and adding to the collection. Big shout out to Joy Amin and a couple other of my local frag com reviewers for turning me on to this guy, Oud Touch from Franck Olivier Oud Eau de Parfum. Natural spray, 100 ml, 3.4 fluid ounces, yada yada yada. I don't see a batch code number. There may be an impress on the bottom. I do get a barcode and pretty standard spiel. Anyways, let's get into it. There is some kind of long print on the back. I don't know if the camera has been misbehaving recently. Which appears to be, I believe, a batch code or a serial number, possible date of making. I'm not entirely sure. There's something like that. Anyways, who cares? Let's get into it. This, I think, is, while not quite a cheapie, it's really cheap compared to true niche and even higher end design stuff. It's more or less a cheapie. What am I saying? Not ultra cheap, but it's more or less. You can have this on discounter websites for, I think, around between 30 and 40 bucks, $40 US. So just do the math on whatever your currency is, and that should give you a pretty fair idea. I think probably retail on it was maybe around the $80 mark, I want to say. Pretty standard type pricing, I believe, is the suggested retail. Pretty nice bottle. And it's supposed to be an eau de parfum concentration, but it's a little bit hard for me to believe this is true perfume concentration at this price point level. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's a fact or anything. Inside the box has a little, what do you call that? A insert so that the bottle doesn't wiggle around. Cap is see-through plastic and just pressure fit. Not exactly on, well, there is a snap at the very bottom. Okay, not exactly the highest dollar presentation. Other than the nice look of the bottle, I'm giving the overall feel for luxury pretty low. I'm giving it maybe a 3 to 4 out of 10. But overall bottle look, I'll give it a little higher, maybe a 6, I guess. It's 5.5 to a 6. But smelling good from the nozzle. Smells pretty good. Let's get into the nose. If I could find the nose. I don't remember if I ever saw the nose for this. Don't think I ever saw the nose. Anyways, you probably, if you get a discounter's coupon, you could probably get this honestly for around 20 bucks, which is redonkulously cheap at that price point. So hard to pass up at that price point, even hard to pass up at 40. Yeah, what am I saying, guys? I take that back about the 40 earlier. The average ongoing price right now online is around between $20 and $28. So no excuse not to get your nose on this. One big letdown. I don't believe this has any actual oud whatsoever in it. But it may indeed have some kind of synthetic chemical that smells like oud or gives an oud accord. And to that extent, I don't really care. If it gives me the oud feeling and essence and smell, if that makes sense, I don't really give 2 cents. In fact, I kind of feel better that I'm not encouraging people out there in Thailand, in Indonesia, or in Bangladesh or India, wherever oud is found and farmed, maybe even parts of Africa, I don't know. Because people are dying, guys. This is very serious. People are being killed and have been killed for actual real oud, which the better the oud quality, the rarer the oud source. You guys should watch a fantastic documentary on there on YouTube and other sources as well. It's just mind blowing. There are little bitty oud pieces of wood uh, that cost 100 times the cost of pure gold. I am kidding you not. Mind blown. And I don't want to really be contributing to that, so I'm kind of glad that we're being able to now synthetically synthesize chemical versions of oud. There are enough to create an oud-like accord that smells very natural and authentic, more or less. So, anyways, that being said, let's get that out of the way. What are the notes on this guy? They are, and it's classified as a woody, aromatic, spicy. We get orange, raspberry, caramel in the top. Then we get violet, patchouli, rose, jasmine, and olibanum. Olibanum, excuse me, or olibanum, however you say it. And in the base, finally, you get amber, musk, and vanilla. So if there's no real oud in here, I guess there are probably, I guarantee you there are other notes in here not being listed. Let's see, anything that, let's see. At any rate, between the olibanum, amber, and caramel, and the musk, along with that patchouli for sure, that's definitely going to create an oud-like accord. And then that vanilla gives it that sweetness, along with the rose and jasmine, violet, and then we get that nice little fruity kick, sort of like a boozy version of orange raspberry, and orange and raspberry, pardon me. And the rose, again, is in fact quite Middle Eastern and goes very well with oud and wood-like accords. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Atomizer is decent. Ooh, wow. That's quite nice. It's instantly opening with the florals and the fruits. I'm definitely getting some amber and olibanum. Patchouli just hit. The musk is there. And the vanilla is definitely coming out now. Little violet kick is coming up. It's definitely quite sweet, but hopefully some of that will die down. It's a little bit feminine, definitely very unisex in my opinion. Women could easily rock this. The only possible drawback they might have is it is quite pungent and quite spicy. A lot of ladies may or may not like too much of that in their perfume. There's almost a sweet, boozy, rummy quality to it. There's almost just a tiny, tiny hint of geranium. And wow, that jasmine and the rose are quite potent. A little bit synthetic, but it's very nice. Yeah, I think a woman could easily rock this. Very nice, guys. It's definitely a little more feminine than what I normally go in for, but it's what I call a fun fragrance. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's definitely not skanky. There's not much real oud going on in here, but there's some nice oud-like accords. But it's Middle Eastern come West. In other words, it's West meets Middle East, and but very safe for the Western approach, if that makes sense. But there's enough nods here to the Middle East to make it a sort of pseudo-authentic. It's fun. It's a little bit candy shop, for sure. There's almost a candy-like accord in here, like some kind of amber type candy. Little hints of ginger and licorice. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. Would I say it? I wouldn't quite say it's great, but it's good. It's legitimately good. It's fun. It's a little bit frivolous. Again, I haven't worn it, so it takes some time to really come back with a true opinion on about, longevity and sillage and projection. But I think projection is definitely decent to normal. I would guess that longevity is probably about average, but I could be wrong. It might be really, really good. Definitely worth the money. Definitely worth an easy, 16 to 20 bucks. I think I did get this with a coupon off one of the major discounters for about 17 bucks all in. So really, really cheap, easy way to get your hands on a pretty unique smell. I think the uniqueness of the smell, maybe I'd give it about maybe a 7.5 to an 8. And I think any age group can wear this to a point. I think probably, though, under 21 would be quite rare. And again, it is, to me, very unisex. And if anything, slightly more feminine than masculine. But there's enough masculine in here to not feel weird about wearing it as a man. Get your nose on it. It's very interesting. I think it's a fun fragrance. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's interesting. I'll need more time to think about what I think. But is it something like an Atkinson's? Heck to the no. No, it's not. Let's see. It's not going to be quite. It is especially not this guy. Watch my previous review if you haven't seen it on Robert Piguet's Oud. This is real Oud. This is zero apologies. Skanky, pungent, animalic, outhouse, tannic, aldehydic, green meets just rawhide leather. This is unlike anything out there in the Western Hemisphere, and Atkinson's is creamy, velveteen, gourmand, vanillic oud, just incredibly appealing, but not that much real hard-hitting oud in it. I'd say maybe about 3%. That's just my opinion. I don't know what the actual breakdown is, what they use, but to me, it certainly doesn't have more than 10%, if even that, total. But this is a fun, interesting fragrance for sure. I don't think it's for everybody, but it's definitely worth getting your nose on. That's going to wrap it up, guys. It's late. I got to get some Z's. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Stephen Sturgill. If you like, please subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the bell. Otherwise, you won't get any clue when I have posted new videos. I will see you guys next time, hopefully. Spray often if it smells safe enough to spray often. Spray well, always. And live life, guys, on your terms. Life is not that long. It's fairly short in the big picture. Don't waste time. Peace out. Love you guys.